This was one of the more newsworthy moments that was brought up within the press conferences as well with Fed Chair Jay Powell yesterday. I want to play a clip and just get your reaction on the other side.
Sure. Do you believe the president has the power to fire or demote you, and has the Fed determined the legality of a president demoting at will any of the other governors with leadership positions?
Not permitted under the law.
Not what?
Not permitted under the law.
And we should also note as well that Fed Chair Jay Powell was put forward by President-elect Trump in his previous term. So all these things considered, what do you believe the Fed is going to continue to do to insulate itself and really tap into the legality of how they operate, knowing what former and now President-elect Trump has campaigned on?
Well, there's two things. There's legality and then there's the politics. The legality first is that Powell's term as chair runs through January 31st, 2026. And he can't be fired before then. I trust their legal staff to know what they're talking about. His term on the Board of Governors goes through 2028, but somebody else rolls off the Board of Governors in 2026. And if Powell refuses to step off the board in 2026, the new president can install somebody else in that vacant board seat and name them chair. So in a year plus, it's going to be sort of moot whether Trump can fire him or not. Trump will put his own person in there. So that's the legality of it. But the process of FOMC decision making is a delicate one. This is one where many presidents have just refused to comment on it, refused to say what they think rates should do, up or down, deferred to the Fed. Other presidents, Lyndon Johnson, for example, President Trump in his first term, felt free to voice their opinion about how rates should go. Some ideas were floated over the summer about how that process might work under the Trump White House, what they'd like to install. They'd like to have the chair come over to the White House before the meeting and hear the president's views about how interest rates should go. That would be a radical idea. That would have a chilling effect. I think markets would react badly. I think that the president would find that for the market's confidence in economic policy making, it's better if he left the Fed alone.
Are you confident that that's going to happen?
I think that's where we'll get. And, ultimately the political game is in the Senate where, bankers, Wall Street have a substantial interest. And Chairman Powell's had a great luck building alliances and support. So the question is, can the new Fed chair build that support, have that support on the Hill, and resist the president's pressures?
Jeffrey Lacker, who's the former Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond president, thanks so much for taking the time here with us today.
My pleasure.